something I've never seen really anybody else have. He is the type of guy, like when he fought Renan Barão, it was the first time that I seen somebody. Renan Barão was known as like the greatest of all time at that point. Like Dana White was saying that Renan Barão was better than Jose Aldo at that point, and just dominating everybody. I thought that. I thought Renan Barão was going to put a beating on Dillashaw. Dillashaw not only put a beating on him, he ended up finishing him. But the way he was like switching his stances from orthodox to southpaw, and then kicking into the punching, and then into takedowns, and nonstop pressure and relax while doing it, I really have never seen. That was probably the best performance I've ever seen in my life out of somebody. Now, was he on steroids? Was he off? Well, let's say even if he was on steroids, as far as skill set wise, I've never seen anything like that.
That's what people forget. You're on steroids. Barry Bonds still has to go hit a baseball. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
but I'm not giving him. I don't care. Like this, what I've seen out there was the best thing I've ever seen. But still, if he was taking steroids, that means he gets to train harder and better and focus better. I mean, he's cheating, and that's the reason why probably he was so good. But at the end of the day, what I witnessed in there was ridiculous. And TJ's not the guy. He's not a danger on the ground like that. You know, he might be able to take him down, but Sandhagen's getting back up to his feet. He's not. Dillashaw is not the type of guy who's taking you down and passing you guard and going to take you back and submit you.
I don't think Dillashaw. It'd be interesting to see who the tallest fighter was that Dillashaw's ever fought.
Yeah, that is interesting. I'm not sure, but I just think
Sandhagen. You look at the stare now. I mean, Sandhagen. It's just one of those where he's looking. I mean, he's 6 foot tall.
I'm going to say. I think Sandhagen has the ability to make this guy, who I think is unbelievable, look foolish out there tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, let me get going.
All right.
Good talking to you. Bye-bye. So that's my manager, Lloyd Pierson. He manages Cory Sandhagen. Sandhagen is fighting TJ Dillashaw tomorrow night. Main event. Huge fight. I'm just saying, like, TJ Dillashaw, when I saw him fight Renan Barão, and even in some of his fights afterwards, but really that Renan Barão fight was his coming out party, where technically I don't think I've ever seen a better mixed martial artist inside the cage. He really changed the game. I remember it was one of those fights where I remember watching it, and then the next day I was trying to do the things he was doing. I was trying to emulate and learn from the stuff I was watching him do. Now, like, was he on steroids? You know, there's a lot of people who were on his team back then and, you know, have now came out saying, oh, he was always on steroids and stuff like that. But he may have been, and that's cheating, and it's freaking terrible. But I'm just saying, that skill set that I seen and what he was able to put together was like nothing I've ever seen before. TJ Dillashaw was really on this crazy streak. He beat Renan Barão in probably the most impressive fight I've ever seen. Then you've seen Dominic Cruz get in his head. He beat him in a split decision. He got TJ all flustered and pissed off, and it was the worst we ever seen TJ. Then he beats Rafael Assunção. Then he beats John Lineker. Then he beats Cody Garbrandt. Then he beats Cody Garbrandt again. And then he loses to Henry Cejudo. Fails for EPO, is out for 2 years, and here he is against Cory Sandhagen, who had just recently, not too long ago, lost to Aljamain in dominant fashion and almost a title contender fight. Got taken down and choked out. But then goes on a win streak. I don't know if he beat anybody else besides Frankie Edgar. It might have been one other guy that he beat. But that fight with Frankie Edgar was pretty brutal and just precise, beautiful flying knee. But watching Sandhagen, he really is one of the best stand-up guys I've seen in the UFC. And I think this fight with TJ Dillashaw might technically be one of the best fights we ever see between two of the most technical MMA fighters there are. They have their weaknesses, you know, for sure. But as far as this matchup goes, I think it's going to be more of a stand-up fight. And I think Sandhagen is just going to be a step ahead. I think he's bigger, he's longer. He's got more confidence riding behind him right now. You listen to his interviews right now, his mindset's bulletproof. He's got a great mindset. TJ, you know, there's a lot of question marks coming off of 2 years suspension. Everyone's talking about him being on steroids for his whole career. He's got a lot riding, a lot of pressure on him. A lot of things he's going to try to prove. Yeah, that being said, I think Sandhagen's going to win. I could see him winning in the first round or second round. He's just so clean with his striking. It's really beautiful to watch him fight. Yeah, I don't know how TJ wins this fight, to be honest. And I'm a big TJ fan take away the steroids and everything. As far as just watching him and his skill set, the way he's able to mix it up from orthodox to southpaw, and be equally good offensively and defensively on both sides, just the way he's able to throw kicks from both sides and punch from both sides and get takedowns from both sides. He really is a complete guy when it comes to the feet. But I just think Sandhagen's too much. So Sandhagen gets the W.